Alright, welcome to another Warhammer game. This is my Brettonians versus Dark Elves. This is a different player than I played in my very last game. I've never played this guy before. I really like his list. I think it's really tailored well for 8th edition rules. And this is also the first time I've played the Blood and Glory scenario. So that scenario basically says that for a 2,500 point game, you have to maintain 3 points, and you get 1 point for every banner that you have on the table, plus 2 points for your general. So if you ever get below 3 points total, then the game ends and you lose. So like I said, I never tried that before. I thought it'd be interesting. So my plan now is just to go through the pictures with written descriptions, and if you want to see what it has in more detail, just pause the video, and I thought that would speed things up a little bit. My main plan here is I want to load up on one side. I mean, that's pretty much my tactic every time. It seems like whenever I spread out, I lose. So this is the same list I had last time. It's a pretty similar list to what I normally use. Like I said, you can pause things and look at the descriptions if you want more details there. And I think I may have made a mistake on my Pegasus Knights on the right side of the board. When I did my Vanguard movement, I put him right in front of his shades. And now that I'm making the video, I'm thinking I might need to keep my guys 12 inches away from his. And that didn't occur to me. It didn't occur to my opponent. And yeah, next time I'll know. So, Dark Elf turn 1. This is moving along faster. Yeah, he turns his guys advancing towards my side. I'm certainly worried. He's got a unit of 30 crossbows up there. That's 60 shots. And he can lay down a field of fire that is really intimidating. So a little bit concerned what I'm going to do there about moving up. Here's the left side of the board. He just advances forward with his spears, I guess his warriors, with that one sorceress. And there they are in the middle of the table. Not excited to charge into those Cold One Knights where they are. That's the altar of Cain, and so they would be frenzied. And those guys are nasty enough as they are. Plus he's got his general in there. I don't remember everything that he had, but he's a typical Dark Elf Dreadlord in the sense that he's very difficult to kill. So we move on to the magic phase. So he hits my bowman with a spell that it kills a couple, but more importantly, they can't shoot this next turn. And the my general down there, it has a marker, and basically what that means is until my opponent's next phase, my general has weapon skill 1. And I think he did that because he was hoping to dissuade me from charging his sorceress on the Dark Pegasus. And the weapon skill 1 doesn't affect me a bit because I have the Tress of Isolde. So if I charged her, I would use that, and that means I would be hitting on 2s regardless. So I let that spell go through, more than happy to do so. In the shooting, he only kills a couple Knights of the Realm. I feel very fortunate that that's all he did. Shades open up, did 3 wounds on my Pegasus Knights. They passed their rally test, and so I'm happy enough with how that went. Then we go to Brett turn 1. So I did go ahead and charge his sorceress on the Royal Pegasus. He fled, and I didn't roll very well, and so the problem is I landed right behind my, I landed where I did. My plan was to move my bowman up to make it so that his Cold One Knights couldn't charge into my Questing Knights or any of my other Knights. I didn't need him getting mixed up there. So I wanted to sacrifice my peasants, but the problem is the way I did it was if he beats them and overruns and rolls high enough, he could actually get a free charge into my general. So, but he would need to roll pretty close to boxcars. So I was comfortable enough that wouldn't happen. So this is the far left. My Pegasus Knights that had vanguarded forward charged his bolt thrower. This is a closer look at me trying to keep his. I'm trying to keep his Cold One Knights from being able to get into my Knights. I think he probably could wheel around them, except for that we had been playing that Altar of Cain piece as literally being there. So I don't think he could wheel too much without hitting that structure. And otherwise, I just advance forward. I didn't charge anybody. My plan is to dual charge those crossbows. I'm really hoping I can weather his next shooting phase and then his stand and shoot. So, and I didn't take the banner of you can't stand and shoot, which in my future lists I probably will. So, and my Pegasus Knights go ahead and charge his Shades. Really curious how this is going to go. Shades are nasty with their shooting. In combat, they're okay, but with my my high toughness, my armor save, my ward save, and my stomp attacks. I'm hoping that two Pegasus Knights can take care of those guys. So on the left, I make short work of the bolt thrower and kill half the shades, and they didn't do any wounds on me. So I feel pretty fortunate in that battle. Very happy with how that went. And we moved to Dark Elf turn 2. So he charged his Cold Knights into my bowman, which is exactly what I wanted. I don't think my bowman will stand. My hope is that his Cold Knights will overrun and try to get to my general, not make it. And then my general will fly away, and it'll take him out of the action long enough for me to get my knights, farther downfield. He moves forward with these guys. His sorceress rallies. But if you look at the very far left, my Pegasus Knights that did beat the bolt thrower are lined up for a charge on her. And everybody on the right side really stood still. He moved his witch elves up a little bit, just hoping to get them in combat, and he's just going to shoot at me. And he kills a bunch. I mean, he killed, 4 of them, which I guess is a bunch, but with 60 crossbow shots and 6 bolt thrower shots, I feel very fortunate that that's all I lost there. And we are lined up, ready to go next turn. So in combat, the Pegasus Knights ended up killing a few more of his shades and beat him and ran him down. So what I'm going to do with these guys, because you don't see him for another round, is I'm going to fly him around back and line up probably for a charge into his bolt thrower, and if not that, maybe help out with his crossbows. So at the end of battle, my bowmen are dead, and his guys are facing my general, but it's my turn next, and I plan just to fly away.